ICE secretly deported an 82-year-old grandfather from Pennsylvania after he lost his green card. His family was notified that he died after being detained, but he was later found in Guatemala. He's from Chile. Are ICE agents getting kickbacks or bonuses for deporting people in ICE raids? I ask this question because the amount of stories we see about people not getting due process and being detained and then subsequently deported to foreign countries is alarming. His family had not heard from him in a month after going to an immigration office to replace his green card. He lost his wallet that his green card was in. Upon entering the office on June 20th, he was met by ICE agents, put into handcuffs, and later detained. He's a longtime resident of Allentown, Pennsylvania, and was granted asylum in 1987 after being tortured under the regime of Chilean dictator Augusto Pinochet. After being detained, the family made efforts to find him to no avail. A woman purporting herself as an immigration lawyer called them saying that he passed away. Later, they found out that he was found in a Guatemalan hospital. Remember, this man is from Chile. He's 82. He's been in America since 1987, granted political asylum, meaning that he is granted to be here. They deported an 82-year-old man to another country he has no ties to, and then told his family that he died. So I go back to my original question. Are ICE agents getting paid bonuses to deport people to anywhere? We have people being shipped to Djibouti, shipped to South Sudan who are not Sudanese or from that area. And now we have a Chilean man who's been in America since the year I was born, now shipped to Guatemala. We have to ask ourselves, what is going on? And why is due process such a hard thing to fathom? These are still human beings. This man is 82 years old. And now the family is trying to go see if they can find him in the hospital and see if he's okay. Wow.
Let me record! No! I get the fuck out of my face! What?
It's just flat on tire, so go back!
You don't even know what to say, you're fucking stuttering, bitch!
You'll be arrested as well!
For what?
For impeding an arrest!
I'm not impeding shit!
Yes, you
I'm
are, keep
recording
up!
you!
Get back!
You don't even have a fucking really bad! Okay, look your bad
Hey, Google me! Hold on!
You're nothing, you stupid bitch!
Help me find my radio. Oh, somebody had a radio.
That's my husband! That's my husband! He's a fucking U.S. citizen!
Hey, don't be... What the... Move back, man. He's under arrest. Hey, move back. He's under arrest.
He's my husband! Don't fucking touch me! She's walking! Where is he going? That's my fucking husband!
Get out of here.
You guys fucking get out of here. No, nobody get the fuck out of here. Why are you guys doing that fucking shit? Thank you. He's a U.S. citizen that's better than the Marine Corps. Active duty member. And this is what they're doing.
It's gonna be alright. God bless you, bro.
Maybe I got you. Yeah. Fuck you, bitches. Fuck you all. You guys are all traitors. You guys are all fucking traitors!
It's gonna be alright, girl.
He's my husband!
God bless you.
When am I supposed to do? Fuck!
I want to go to get my mom, but I can't get her.
So your mom didn't come home last night?
No.
And you guys think she might be here, or maybe ICE took her?
Maybe she will be here with us.
You're hoping she's still here?
Yeah, but Mama give us everything.
We've been working here at Glass House Farms in Camarillo a little more than a month. It's one of the largest licensed cannabis farms in the state. Thursday became the center of what's believed to be the largest immigration raid under the Trump administration. Workers who were inside the facility during the operation say agents surrounded employees and may have taken hundreds of people. We're still working to confirm exactly how many were detained. And while many are still detained or still missing, one family tells us their loved one is in the hospital fighting for his life.
We were in contact with him that he was hiding, and then moments later, he didn't text back. And so we assumed they caught him. Okay, immigration's gonna take him, but we got a call at the hospital that he's in critical condition, catastrophic injuries. He has a broken neck, broken skull, severed artery. He's not gonna make it. He's not gonna make it. We want to know if it was foul.
Why the fuck is people really not that mad about there being concentration camps? Like, how are people just going on about their life and there's concentration camps and people getting kidnapped and all these ICE raids happening and people getting snatched up and their family doesn't know shit about them for like I don't know how many days, and then they end up in a concentration camp and nobody's really that mad about it? Like, literally, we have somebody as a president that wants to be a dictator and nobody's really that mad about it. Like, literally, we have a fucking lying ass president, a lying ass administration that's lying to our fucking face in these fucking interviews on the fucking news, and the news is showing this media that's fucking fake ass news, and it's like nobody's really mad about it. Like, literally, nobody's fact checking shit. Like, they're just letting them lie to us in our fucking face and gaslight the fuck out of us, and nobody's mad. Like, everybody, like, yeah, it is funny and it is crazy, and it's like, damn, is this a fucking joke? But it's really not that funny when you think about it. Like, why is nobody really that mad? Like, everybody's just going on about life with whatever, but it's like, bro, nobody's really that mad. Like, people are acting like nothing is happening. There's people that still haven't even talked about what's going on. Like, they don't care about it. And it's like, y'all do know that this motherfucker's trying to be a dictator, right? Like, y'all do see that he's cutting funds for all the shit that's really important to put it into fucking concentration camps and immigration to get rid of people that look a certain type of way. Like, and nobody's really mad about it. Like, what the fuck? Why are we not that mad?
Could you imagine being a US citizen, a military veteran, and being pepper sprayed, tear gassed, having your car window smashed, being dragged out of your vehicle at gunpoint, and then wrongfully detained by ICE despite not doing anything wrong, not being violent, and only trying to go to work? Well, that is exactly what happened to 25-year-old Jorge Retes on July 10th at his place of work at the Glass House Farms in Camarillo, California, where he worked as a security guard. Despite clearly identifying himself as a US citizen and an employee of the farm, federal agents ignored him, they yelled conflicting orders, and they violently detained him. He was held for 3 days in custody without any charges, without a phone call, without legal help, and he was not told why he was arrested. He never received care to help clean himself up despite being covered with pepper spray and tear gas for days. You guys, no one should ever be treated like this. Not a US citizen, not a military veteran who served this country, or anyone regardless of their immigration status. If they treat American citizens like this, just imagine how they are treating those without proper documentation. It was Jorge Retes on July 10th. Tomorrow it could be you. Please share this video to help spread the word. Not enough people are talking about this case.
I just think it's funny people are genuinely outraged that ICE took a little field trip to a farm in California. Let's have a discuss. We're not talking about just a regular farm where they're planting corn. No, we're talking about a very special farm, okay? And people are pissed about it. Okay, roughly 200 migrants were arrested and protesters flooded the streets, throwing objects, rocks at law enforcement and their vehicles. You know what I think about that? I think there is selective outrage, and I'll tell you why. There's selective outrage because did you know that at least 10 migrant children were rescued from that farm? Yeah, something about forced labor and highway traffic, if you catch my drift. But no, we don't want to talk about that. We only want to focus on what we want to focus on because it fits our narrative. And the fact this isn't even a major news story in America, because hey, guess what? This is happening in America, is concerning to me. So what that tells me about the people who are outraged about ICE taking that little special field trip to begin with is they would be completely fine and they would much rather those migrant children that were rescued stay on that farm. Because hey, we want to just have selective outrage. We want to be mad about what we want to be mad about, and we don't want to talk about other issues. Not sure where my dog just went. Found her. That's it. That's all I got for right now. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to eat my little breakfast that I made. I'm going to continue to scroll my nurse feed. Okay, y'all have a great day.
I don't know if I'm the only one who keeps seeing this ICE raids that was done 2 days ago in California. And look at my eyes. I have cried and cried and cried. I'm like, who are the people that recruits ICE agents, right? Who are those people that tell them, oh, this is your job functions. This is what you're supposed to do. Are you sure these people are fit for the job? It's part of the questions I will ask. Are you sure they are fit for this job? Because how would you explain picking up an old man of over 80 years who got his asylum in 1987? A man from Pennsylvania who got his asylum in 1987, the man just went, right, to renew his green card, whatever, And then you took him and then you told the family that he passed, only for the man to be seen in another country. Oh my God, I felt so bad. I've not felt this bad since you guys started this your rates. This particular rate, remember I said it's going to be brutal. This is the real brutality in it. The way they do these things, I want to ask, I don't know America like this. Are these ICE agents Americans? Are you sure they are really Americans? Were they given orientation on how to do this job? Because it doesn't feel like it. How do you explain brutalizing people, picking people up? This time around is something else. Nobody's safe anymore. And let me tell you, even if you're American, you're Black American or anybody, it's time to get scared. Because even if they pick you, they'll take you to the detention centers. And it takes like 3 days for them to confirm if you're a real citizen before they will even come to that place. And if at all, they will even remember to look for you. That's how crazy this shit has become right now. And is it the living condition of people in the ICE detention? Today somebody was talking about how kids are coping in that place, how they are faring there. And I'm like, come on. See, I have kids. I'm a mother of 3. I've really put myself in that condition to know, how am I actually going to function if I was the one that I was being taken away from, either me taken away or my kids taken away from me. Right? I've thought about it. How am I going to actually feel? I can't really come up with any serious, answer, but it was all tears. First of all, my children and my husband will be in tears. My family members, my mother, how will she even survive it? And a lot of things that keep running through my mind. America, this is not the America we've been hearing. To be honest, I want you to watch and see what people are saying. Then I will come back with the finals. I never intended that this video would get this long, but please, okay, just watch and then I'll be back.
I want to talk about this article that was released back in 2023 by NPR. It's titled "Government's Own Experts Found Barbaric and Negligent Conditions in ICE Detention Centers." The article begins with a man from Michigan who was recently detained by ICE, and he was sent into the jail's general population, but he had an open wound from surgery, no bandages, no follow-up medical appointment schedule, even though he still had surgical drains in place. And the federal inspector stated the detainee never received even the most basic care for his wound. Over in Georgia, a nurse refused to give an ICE detainee an inhaler because they were struggling with their asthma. This individual was also never seen by medical staff, but the nurse wrote, quote, "He was seen in a sick call." The federal inspector stated the documentation by the nurse bordered on falsification, and the failure to see a patient urgently requesting medical attention regarding treatment with an inhaler was negligent. And over in Pennsylvania, a group of correctional officers held down a mentally ill patient strapped into a chair, had a lone female officer cut off their clothing, and conducted a strip search. Federal inspectors stated there is no justifiable correctional reason that required the detainee who had a mental health condition to have his clothes cut off by a female officer while he was compliant in a restraint chair. This is a barbaric practice and clearly violates basic principles of humanity. These federal inspectors have over a 1,600-page report for the barbaric treatment of ICE detainees in these facilities. From 2017 to 2019, they examined more than 24 facilities across 16 states. They found things like negligent medical care, including mental health care, unsafe and filthy conditions, racist abuse of detainees, inappropriate pepper spraying of mentally ill detainees, and other problems that, in some cases, contributed to detainee deaths. And yet, these reports almost never become public. Understand that both the Trump and Biden administration, let me say that again, the Trump and Biden administration fought NPR's efforts to obtain those records. Despite Biden's campaign to promise a, quote, demand of transparency in an independent oversight over ICE, those oppositions continued. After a lawsuit brought in by NPR in response to a Freedom of Information Act, after 2 years, the federal judge found the government had violated the nation's public record law and ordered the release of the documentation. Eunice Cho, a senior staff attorney at the American Civil Liberties Union's National Prison Project, stated that these reports are chilling. They are damning. They really show how the government's own inspection can see the abuses and the level of abuses that are happening in ICE detentions. When it comes to the substandard medical care, there was one detainee who was found to have HIV and was not told of this. Another detainee had just had had surgery, a pararectal abscess drainage, and he did not receive even the basic care for his wound. Another case alleged that a pregnant woman did not receive the proper medical care for the standard of pain that she was in. She had slipped and fell in the shower, and this caused vaginal bleeding. She was administered Tylenol. It comes to the substandard care of mental health patients in these ICE facilities, the reviews identified at least half a dozen detainees whose distress either did not come from the mental health staff's attention or was minimized by mental health staff. Regardless of the reason why, they were falling through the cracks. Their distress was being exacerbated, increasing the risk of suicidal behavior. There have also been documentations of improper use of force in these ICE facilities. One officer deployed a taser during an incident at the top of a staircase, and this resulted in a detainee falling and sustaining serious head injuries. Between 2018 and 2019, there were a total of 29 incidents that used force, pepper spray, or restraint chairs that were reviewed. Of the 29 incidents, 18 or 62% of the involved detainees experienced acute mental health distress. Stewart Detention Center has a history of being one of the dirtiest medical spaces that have ever been in a U.S. detention facility. In the West Texas detention facility, there were dead roaches found on counters and also other vermin. Medical devices that were used to look at patients' eyes and ears were dusty and grimy. In the Sherburne County Jail, there is a lack of general cleaning with dirty floors and drain covers. Flies and ants were observed in the common food service areas. There have also been allegations of staff misconduct, including verbal disrespect and harassment by custody staff, discrimination of detainees by facility staff based on race, and retaliation by facility staff following submission of detainee grievances. Both men and women detainees reported that staff yelled at them at a normal course of business and make racist comments. One staff even sings "Ice Ice Baby" when working in the unit. This only scratched the surface.
His name is George Redis. He's a U.S. citizen. He was detained for 3 days without charges or explanation.
Why does this seem to keep happening? An American citizen, an Iraq war veteran, caught up in this ICE immigration raid in California, arrested and held for 3 days with no attorney, no phone call, no charges, no due process. And the whole time, his family has no idea where he is.
And I just want to know where he's at because I have not seen him. And I heard from him since yesterday. We don't know what to do. We're just asking to let my brother go. He's a U.S. citizen.
So here's the story. Here's George Redis, Iraq war veteran. He relayed this all to Fox News. Says he was simply headed to work for his job as a security guard. Showed up in the middle of that immigration raid you just saw. Got there, he was hit by tear gas before agents busted open his window and pepper sprayed him, pulled him out of the car, took him to jail for 3 days, ignored him when he told them that he was a citizen and a veteran.
I have it on my license plate. It says disabled veteran. I have it on my sticker on my window that says Iraq combat veteran.
Now he's suing him over something he said should have never happened in the first place. But I want to know how something like this even happens. I get it. These raids are chaotic. You're trying to figure out who's who. But even if your stated goal is to round up as many people as possible, once you have someone in custody, why does it take 3 days to verify their citizenship status? Unless, you're not really that worried about, basic constitutional protections like due process. All along here, we've been told that immigration officials are trying to arrest the worst of the worst, the bad guys. This is despite the fact that the Department of Justice's own website shows that undocumented immigrants commit crimes at a far lower rate than do regular American citizens. Regardless, when it comes to getting the bad guys, this is ICE's own data. It's publicly available, and it shows that's not even close to the case. Turns out that almost 3/4 of the people that ICE has detained so far have no criminal convictions, and they've only classified 7% of them as being level 1 criminal threats, the worst. So why are they hauling in American citizen military veterans and holding them for days? Apparently his situation in jail was so bad, they put him on suicide watch. Maybe that's why George Redis says he's suing. And look, I'm no attorney, but it certainly feels like he's got a case. Look, we can have a debate over immigration policy, what the rules should be, how to enforce them. But I think it's safe to say that seeing citizens spend days in custody without access to their basic civil rights flies in the face of who we're supposed to be. Benjamin Franklin had a great quote about the American justice system where he said he would rather see 100 guilty people go free than one innocent person suffer in jail. And I have a feeling that George Redis would agree.
It's disappointing that this could happen to anyone. No one should be treated this way. I thought it wouldn't be a problem to go to work as long as I did nothing wrong.
Well, the DHS spokesperson said that you resisted officers and that you became violent with law enforcement.
As long as I identified myself, who I was.
Well, at this Glass House Farms cannabis bust, did you let them know that you were the contracted security guard?
Clearly, it didn't matter if I was a citizen or if I was a veteran.
Citizens and veterans break laws all the time.
Or if I identified who I was at all, it didn't matter to them.
Well, George, maybe we should just back this story up a bit. The morning of July 10th, you were headed to your job at Glass House Farms. It just so happened to be that there was a huge ICE raid going on. 360 people were arrested. Some illegals, some non-illegals. There was the exploitation of children happening, George. We're talking child labor and human trafficking. As a contracted security guard for the farm, I think that would probably be pretty valuable information. You see, that doesn't fall under your direct job title, but securing the premise does. You are supposed to be looking at the surveillance to make sure no unauthorized persons are on the premise. Are you okay with child labor law, George? Did you report that, George? You're also in charge of access control, making sure that people are who they say they are. Did you make sure those kids were who they said that they were? And the people exploiting them, same thing? You're also in charge of incident reporting and documenting illegal activity. Did you document those child slaves, George? You can play the victim in front of a media that is allowing you to only give half-truths, but you can't play the victim with everyone. Some of us are smart enough to actually look the information up.
There was multiple officers telling me to do different things. Some were telling me to keep reversing. Some were banging on my windshield to get out.
This was a high conflict situation. I'm not a betting person, but I would put money on the fact that no police officer was telling you to keep reversing and not get out of your car. If when in doubt, if a police officer tells you to get out of your car, you turn it off, you get out with your hands up, and you wait for further instruction.
I'm leaving. Like, I'll get out of here. Like, I don't want any problems. I'm trying to reverse. I can't breathe because of the tear gas in my car.
And we can't breathe through all your BS. Look at that video, you're being swarmed. It is very clear they're wanting you to get out of that car. But you didn't. And you're not a victim.
This is crazy.
What's your name? What's your name? I don't need to tell you my name. This is a federal stop. I'm not. Why? It doesn't matter. Open the window so I can see you. My window's open. Okay, I need your ID. Okay. Everybody's ID. I need all the windows out so I can see. I don't know nobody has a weapon. Fuck up, man. There's no fucking weapons. I don't give a fuck what you say either, bro. Open the window. Fuck up, man. Open the window. Don't fucking touch me, bro. The window's open, bro. The window's open, bro. I can see in the back. The window's open, bro.
Wow.
Lower all the windows.
Dude, you're tripping, bro.
No, you're tripping,
bro. No, you're tripping, brother.
Lower all the windows.
What the fuck?
Lower all the windows. I can't see in the back.
Dude, it doesn't matter.
It does matter.
What do you want to see? What do you want to see? What do you want to see?
I
Look.
need to see everybody in the car. And I need everybody's ID.
What do you want to see?
Everybody's ID.
What do you want?
This is a power trip because it feels like a power trip. Generally, when you get pulled over, you need to put down the window enough to be able to communicate and be able to hand over paperwork to whoever's pulling you over. Unless there's a reasonable suspicion for something, you don't need to put the windows down in the rest of your car. You for sure shouldn't be doing this, putting his whole mano asquerosa inside the vehicle, smacking the other person's hand. The folks in this vehicle are recording for their own safety, and with the way this batillo is acting, I think it's warranted. Shout out to the person that recorded this, and shout out to all the US citizens that are standing up against tyranny like this, not just doing whatever it is that they want him to do. I think that's dope. But familia, what do you all think about this? This guy needs to be put on leave at the very least. Que vergüenza.
Have you heard Claudia Sheinbaum is going to sue ICE because of Jamie Garcia's death? Yes, you heard me correctly. This woman wants to sue ICE for a death of one of her citizens that fled her country, that entered the United States illegally, that hid away from ICE, that fell down on his own, but she is suing ICE for his death. Listen in.
Con la familia también estamos viendo la posibilidad de denunciar allá, porque es inaceptable. Entonces lo está revisando la Secretaría de Relaciones Exteriores. Es muy lamentable que esto ocurra. Entonces toda nuestra solidaridad, apoyo a la familia, y también no puede haber otro caso como estos, y para eso pues tiene que ponerse la denuncia en los tribunales de allá.
Let me reiterate. The man ran away from ICE. No one laid a hand on him. Okay, he was here illegally. Never made contact with an agent at all. Climb up on the top of the roof due to his own action, caused his own death, and the president of Mexico wants to sue ICE for one of its citizens who fled her country. Yeah, that makes total sense. You definitely have a leg to stand on.
Y'all Hispanics gotta understand these ICE raids is going on because y'all are breaking the bank. Like, y'all getting so much money. Y'all getting all the money. Y'all getting all the legal working money, and they hating on y'all. They hating on y'all. I salute y'all because y'all know how to do it. Every time I'm pulling up or going riding through a Hispanic neighborhood, it be like 30 cars at one house. Like, what? Y'all getting big bread. Y'all doing whatever y'all want to do. Y'all living y'all best lives, and they hating on y'all. And they go continue to hate on y'all. And they go hate on y'all parents first for making the right move for their children. And they go hate on the children because they taking advantage and not taking it for granted. And they hating on y'all grandchildren, y'all future kids, so they won't be able to do what y'all did. It's crazy, but I salute y'all. Niggas need to do the same shit y'all doing, because we down, broke, bad, like ridiculous. I'm out of here.
Hey guys, this is me this morning. I ran to my local Dunkin' Donuts to pick up a donut and unfortunately saw an ICE raid across the street here at El Gigante supermarket. ICE has been here several times in the past month. Today they took workers and they took shoppers. They literally ripped people away from their families, hardworking people. This is not what I voted for. This is a disgrace. These people have rights. The police on site would not confirm who they were. We don't know if they were ICE agents or Homeland Security. Anybody can buy a camo outfit on Amazon. They refused to identify themselves. They refused to let us know if they have a warrant. They were looking supposedly for the owner of the supermarket for tax evasion. Looking for people with tax evasion, maybe you should go to Washington, D.C. There's more felons there than there are right here at El Gigante supermarket. We just celebrated Mother Cabrini's 175th birthday yesterday, our patron saint of immigrants. And I am heartbroken that we are failing to protect the people, the very people that she came here to help. And we'll never understand that this is what people voted for. Ripping families away, ripping hard workers away, people that come here for the right reasons, people who are on the path to citizenship, people who are contributing to our economy. These are our neighbors. These are our friends. These are our school children. I'm heartbroken. Be safe out there. There were community leaders here today. They have an app where they get notified immediately when there is an ICE sighting. They were out here with bullhorns saying, La migra está aquí, la policía está aquí, fuera, fuera. Hopefully we prevented some people from coming into this shopping complex today. But what's going to happen to this supermarket? People are going to be afraid to come to work. People are going to be afraid to come here and shop. It's going to shut down. Is that what we want? We're hurting our economy, taking jobs away from people, taking parents away from their children. All I can say is, Mother Cabrini, pray for us.
So yesterday, this is what went down. They essentially took down the canopies from the protesters. Didn't allow them to get any shade. Look at this. Look at them. Took down the canopies. Said no canopies because somehow to them it meant it was a tent or something. And then, fast forward, look at them watching from the shaded parking lot. You see that? If that ain't some taunting tactics, I don't know what is. You feel me? You smell me? And then they kept circling the block, circling the block, circling the block. What do they think this is? And on top of that, they arrested another woman. And today, this was the 18th. Today, the 19th, they have already arrested more people, deployed more troops. I don't know what's going on over here, but it ain't right. Take a look at this video of this woman getting arrested.
Well, we're out here being targeted by LAPD because sanitation was just here. And we put our canopy right back up. That's right. People are with us. So we put our canopy right back up, but they're back again. Telling us, oh, they're arresting this woman right here. Interesting. Huh. That's weird. Well, sanitation's not here. Huh. All because we put up a blue canopy? Interesting.
Don't let them pass. We're protecting our freedom of... If you take this down for shade.
What if
No,
we
there's
die
no-
of heat stroke?
There's
What
a
if we get
canopy.
dehydration?
No, you guys are liable if
It's
you
a canopy, not a tent.
You guys are liable if we overheat. If we listen to you and we remove this canopy, it's not a tent.
Well,
it is not a tent.
We are working.
Let's send the white people back to Europe, man.
Take it down.
These are our streets, man. These are our streets,
No, you're
man.
not.
Let's send the white people back to Europe, man. Let's send the white people back to Europe.
Why are you suppressing our right to peaceful protest?
They just arrested this lady.
They're not taking it down.
But why are you taking down the canopy though? But why? Why do we have to take down the canopy though? Why? It's not a tent, it's a canopy. Can you not see? They're saying this is a tent and we must take it down. They said the water's okay and the table, but this canopy is not. Why is this canopy? It's not a tent. I don't understand why do you have to take it down. That's not part of the code. They're lying to us. Mayor Bass is behind all this bullshit. All this intimidation. Look, they're taking that woman.
Why are you guys targeting us for peacefully
You're taking her.
You guys are targeting peaceful protesters.
It's our First Amendment right, guys.
Why is she being arrested? Why is she being arrested
Why?
for?
Because we put up a blue shade structure when it's 90 degrees outside? And we're trying to stay in the shade?
All these fucking sellouts. They don't know about Rafa. They don't know about the fucking paycheck.
Why are you guys doing this to peaceful protesters?
Let her go.
We're documenting. I'm trying to get everybody back here. Don't say that.
ICE unlawfully detained an Iranian man while he was walking his dog in Maryland, and here's how you can help get him out. His name is Reza Zavar, and he's a close friend of a friend of mine, so this information is all firsthand. Reza came to the States in the 80s. As a student, he was on a green card. He played football at Walter Johnson High School. He got a psychology degree from the University of Maryland, and he's been taking care of his 94-year-old grandmother. He is currently on TPS, which is temporarily protected status, which gave him the right to legally live and work here. He has no criminal record. He's a huge sports fan, and according to his good friend, he doesn't even drink. He works hard, pays his taxes on time, and takes care of his family. He is reportedly being held in a cage at a detention facility in Texas. Here's how we can help. So you're going to call the offices of Maryland Senators Chris Van Hollen and Angela Alsobrooks, as well as Texas Senators John Cornyn and Ted Cruz. This is the number to the switchboard where you can ask to be connected to any one of their offices. Tell them you're a constituent, that Iranian-American Reza Zavar was detained after 40 years in the U.S., that he has no criminal record, and that they must intervene immediately to secure his release and prevent an unlawful deportation, and that ICE should focus on actual public safety threats. Please share this with your networks, call the senators' offices. Let's get Reza back home to his family and his dog.
An 82-year-old green card holder was abducted by ICE and deported to a country he's not even a citizen of. This is Luis Leon. In 1987, he was granted asylum from Pinochet's Chile, where he was tortured. Since then, he's lived in the U.S. legally for nearly 40 years, with a spotless record. When he lost his wallet, he went to immigration services to have his green card replaced. What happened? ICE abducted him. There was no due process, no warning. He was just deported to Guatemala, a country he has no ties to. His family got a call from a stranger that said, Luis is dead. So they grieved. Then came another call. He wasn't dead. He was alive. In a Guatemalan hospital. An elderly man, legally here for decades, abducted and deported. To the Trump supporters watching this, I know you're here. How do you justify this? Luis followed the law. He built a peaceful life here. And now at 82, he's been dumped in a foreign country to die. You say you want to make America great again, but all you're doing is making America hate again.
Well, it was only a matter of time before this started happening. Beloved family pets ending up here at city and county animal shelters. Why? Because the families were deported. The first thing we noticed when Carson animal control officers brought out Bruce the Labrador Retriever mix and Coco the Pug Beagle is that they're a lot quieter than their kennel mates. This is all new and terrible for them, but they have no choice. And maybe in their own way, they're wondering what happened, says Sergeant Julie Villegas.
They're both very nice, lovable, adoptable pets, but we're here to offer them support and the care that they need.
Bruce and Coco's families have been ordered to leave the country immediately. Their dogs simply couldn't go with them. Sergeant Villegas says the children sometimes come here to the shelter for for the painful goodbye, letting go of animals they raised from puppyhood or kittenhood, a bond only a pet lover could know. So now they're here with all the other animals at Carson Animal Care Center and other shelters throughout Southern California, left behind, staring at strangers from their steel cages, wondering what happened to the humans they loved. Immigrant deportation now a part of their life stories as they wait for new forever homes. So all you have to do is ask. All of these animals have bios on them that may include a deported family.
So I'm sitting in my car and I'm reflecting on today at the Catholic Church and all of the people who don't realize that they're in danger. They think because they are American citizens that they have nothing to worry about. But they obviously don't know about the things that people went through in the 40s and the 50s and the 60s in order for them to be able to feel like they have the privilege they have now. But the reason you don't speak Spanish is the same reason that I don't speak Spanish. The reason why you were not taught to speak Spanish is because back then people said that Mexicans were lazy and they were dirty. And so people would talk about all the time about how they didn't want their kids to speak Spanish. I was raised in a house, my mom is fluent, but we weren't taught Spanish because we didn't want to be lumped in with other people. I had a conversation today when I was telling people I understand how easy it is for MAGA to feel the way that they do because Chicanos feel the same way. They don't understand that the brown people that they're taking are the same brown people that they are. The only difference between you and them is a piece of paper. But when ICE is pulling people, they don't give a damn about that piece of paper. They just see your brown skin and they grab people and they snatch them. There are American citizens who have been held in detainment camps for 10 days and 12 days. There's literally people who are American citizens who are in Alligator Alcatraz. The people who are being sent to El Salvador, we don't even know who all of them are because the flight manifests only have certain names on them, but not all of them. You are in danger and you don't even realize it. And it was kind of heartbreaking to me today to see how many Latinos turn down the information to help other Latinos. But you want people to stop coming after you. But you won't stop people from coming after your own people because you think a piece of paper makes you better. I'm not an immigrant. My mom's not an immigrant. My dad, none of them. I'm also not at risk of deportation. That doesn't mean we don't still fight. That doesn't mean we don't still step up when people need us. People who are own gente. Like, you speak Spanglish and you listen to Chicano rap and you listen to, you want to talk about your culture, tu cultura, all this stuff. But where are you when your people are being snatched off the streets? Where are you? I know where I am. I'm out making sure that people are safe because it's not going to be my abuela who gets taken, right? It's not going to be my tios and my tias. But that doesn't mean we can't step up and stand together. It is never too late if we all stand together. Stop claiming raza if you're not about that life.
So Obama is trending. Yes, another distraction. But since he's trending, may I remind you that I don't idolize politicians like most people do? And here we hold people accountable because we don't rewrite history here. Obama was protested by immigration rights activists to his face. Yes, he was dubbed the Porter-in-Chief. Protesters interrupted his speeches. They called him out publicly. And people demanded better, and they were not wrong. But let's zoom out for a bit. History lesson alert. Trump supporters love to say, would Obama deported more? Okay, but let's talk about real history and how deep this actually goes. In the 1930s, President Herbert Hoover, a conservative pro-business Republican, ran on a campaign, American Jobs for Real Americans. That rhetoric led to one of the most shameful mass deportations in U.S. history. Under Hoover's administration, the U.S. forcibly deported 2 million people of Mexican descent, including U.S. citizens. Families were yanked from homes, jobs, and even hospitals. Some were sent to a country they've never set foot in. Look it up. This was not border security. This was ethnic cleansing disguised as economic recovery. So before you go and cherry pick data, remember deportation is not a partisan issue. It's systemic. Know your history and fight the systems, not
You've seen it. Shout out to the creators. That was a really good one. It's painful, to be honest. It's painful. Thank God the man is even alive. And you can imagine what the man will be doing in a strange country. At 80-something. What is he going to be doing in a strange country? What about that veteran that was picked, that was tortured, even when they saw it clearly? He kept telling them, I am a veteran, and all of that. What is all these things? Yeah, I know Americans right now are saying, oh, we want the illegal immigrants. A lot of Americans are saying it. I keep seeing it in the comment section. We want them to go, let them go, let them leave our country. But please, in 1 second, put yourself in their own conditions. How would you feel? If you're so disadvantaged or you're in this circumstance, how would you cope? That is what they call humanity. Unless if you don't have humanity in you, how would you cope? How would you feel? If it were your children, it was your brother, it was a wife that was taken away. You never can tell. How would you take it? How would you take it? At least you people should start talking about the brutality. It's crazy. Because it might come to you. Stop saying, no, I'm Black American. It might come to your doorstep. That is not my prayers for you people. What if it happens to you? How would you cope? Imagine people in detention centers taking waters from toilets, drinking waters from toilets. Even kids, no food, nothing. People keep dying in the detention every day. The other one I even saw was a woman who was in labor and she was beaten up even in labor. You guys, this thing is too much. Thank you so much for really hearing from me today. If you're not subscribed, please do that, share, right? And please learn to lend your voice. You that is in America, lend your voice. I've been thinking about this thing. I've been devastated. I've been thinking about it. I can't just fathom why people have just become so inconsiderate. Let me tell you one thing. If you're American out there, I am Nigerian and I live in Nigeria. Right now, even the Nigerians don't want to come to America again. To be honest, that's to tell you that America is not the America you think. People are no longer seeing it as the America you think. So it's time you start speaking out. The country is spoiling. Everything is turning upside down. I'm telling you. It's time. It's high time you guys pick up and be like, no, these people are not doing these things well. Before it comes to your doorstep, right? So let me see you on the next one. Thank you so much. Bye.